Welcome back, friends, to another weekly video. This week I wanted to talk about something very practical. And so we're going to be talking about something today that you can implement in your business today that's easy, doesn't cost you anything, and can save you a lot of money. Today we're talking about the purchase request form. And this is one of those ways that accounting can save your business money. Now, this is part of your business processes or one of your accounting internal controls. I wanted to make a video on this because this is one of those business processes that people don't stop and think enough about. And if used correctly, a purchase request form can save your business money. So what is a purchase request form? The main point here is that every time that money leaves your organization, you want to document that. That is really what accounting is all about. It's documenting what's happening with your money so you can look back and see exactly what you spent your money on. The purchase request form is really the first step in the purchasing process. So if one of your employees wants to buy something, what's the first thing that they do? They're going to ask somebody if they can make the purchase. Well, that request is captured on this form, the purchase request form. Let's look at the typical purchasing process. It starts when the employee requests a purchase. This is captured on the purchase request form. Next, accounting authorizes the purchase. This is captured on the purchase order form. Next, goods are delivered or a service is performed. And finally, the vendor issues an invoice for payment. The great thing about the purchase request form is that it's your opportunity to capture all the information about the purchase up front. You want to know what is being purchased, why it's being purchased, from which vendor, for how much, and whether everyone has approved it. If everything is determined up front, the rest of the purchase process flows very easily. So I know this sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. We're just talking about one sheet of paper. Just one sheet, that's it. Your employees fill this out at the beginning of the process, and then everything is known, approved, and documented up front. Now, if you implement something like this, you're probably going to get some pushback from your employees because most people see things like this as additional paperwork or more bureaucracy, and people hate bureaucracy. But that's not really what's going on here. We're just talking about one sheet of paper, and this is something that can be filled out in 10 minutes. And the benefits of doing this are really impressive. The goal of the purchase request form is to encourage thoughtful purchases. So anytime that money leaves your organization, you want to make sure that people think through that purchase. And one way you can help with this is that you can list questions on that form, and you can tie those questions back to the company initiatives that are important to you. Because what you're doing is you're building a business process here. And this is your opportunity so that every single purchase that's made in your business is focused on your company's strategic goals. So to give you some ideas, I'm going to link down below a PDF file for my purchase request form. And this is what I use in my business. And you'll see a list of questions on here. And these are the things I want to make sure that I think through every time I make a purchase. Now, this is going to be different for your business because you're going to have different strategic goals, but this is just to give you some ideas. So there's going to be a link in the description below to this PDF. It's free. You can just download it by clicking on that link. The form starts out with general information. So you have employee, date, item, vendor, and cost. And then there's a series of questions I want to think through. Is this a local vendor? This question encourages people to support local small businesses. Is there a free alternative? This question encourages people to consider free options before spending money. If the purchase is over $1,500, did you get 3 quotes? Attach all quotes to this form. So written quotes make it clear what is being purchased. Multiple quotes help ensure you are getting the best value in the market. How does this purchase tie to a strategic goal? This question focuses purchases on company priorities. How will this investment generate a return? This question encourages purchases that are valuable. And you can add more things to this form, like specific questions about your vendors, depending on what's useful for your business. I'm hoping that you can see how valuable this can be. So the employee spends 10 minutes filling out this sheet of paper. And once they decide that they want to go ahead and make this purchase, they hand this completed packet to their manager. And their manager knows exactly what it is they want to buy and exactly what they're approving. And then the manager hands this packet to accounting. And accounting knows exactly what to issue that purchase order for and exactly that the manager has approved it. Now, I've seen a lot of small businesses that just skip this process and don't do a purchase request form at all. So they just jump right to accounting and asking them to issue the purchase order. And I find this so unfortunate because it is such a missed opportunity for a business. So let's look at a typical example of a business that does not use purchase request forms. So what typically happens is, let's say an employee wants to buy something. Let's say they want to buy a new desk setup for their office. So this employee will go to their manager and they'll say, hey, I want to buy this new desk setup. It's on sale right now, it's really great, and it'll increase my productivity. And so the manager says, hey, that sounds good. Go ahead and go to accounting and tell them to make the purchase. That's what happens when there's no purchase request form. Doesn't sound that bad, right? Here's what ends up happening. So imagine that desk arrives, and the desk is nice and it's this all metal construction, except that all the other furniture in the office is made out of wood. And so the manager walks up and he sees this desk that stands out in the office and he says, wait a minute, is that what I approved? Because the manager never saw any quotes. He didn't know exactly what he was signing off on. Oh, and by the way, the cost was double what you expected because, oh, there were these additional charges on there. There was a delivery charge and a setup charge. Oh, and by the way, why are we buying furniture at all when our strategic plan for our business is telling us that we want to spend all of our purchasing money on marketing initiatives? So I think that you can see here that there's a number of things that got missed because there wasn't a purchase request form. So ultimately, this one piece of paper ends up saving your business a lot of money. Because when you think through every purchase, a lot of times you decide, hey, maybe I don't need this purchase at all. And the purchases that you do decide to make, everybody agrees on them and they end up being the best purchases for your business. I hope this video gave you some helpful ideas on how to use a purchase request form to improve your business. And again, I'm going to have the link to my purchase request form in the description below. Go ahead and download it and feel free to change it to fit what's important for your business. Now I want to hear from you. If you use purchase request forms in your business, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you like this video, if you found it helpful, hit that subscribe button. The best way to supercharge a business is through accounting and corporate finance, and I release a new video every week, so come back and check out next week's video.